So this video addresses the idea of square footage when you are looking at property listings. I can't speak to any other areas, but in the greater Philadelphia area, I can say that the information in the tax records is often inconsistent as far as what is included or how it's displayed. So that's the first problem. The next issue is what you're actually looking at. Are you looking at the total square footage of the property, finished and unfinished? And does that include a basement? Usually, total square footage does not include unfinished space, although it can. One of the criteria that we have, one of the fields we have often in the tax record is something called above ground or above grade finished square footage. That is the one that I would recommend that you pay most attention to. That's going to be your main living spaces. Now, sometimes finished basement square footages are included, and it's often not easy to tell if they're included or not unless you do some digging and you know how to look. So why does that matter? Well, because basement square footage is counted sort of differently than above grade square footage. Keep in mind that even if you might have 2,500 square feet, including, say, 500 square feet in a basement, that means that your other two floors are roughly 1,000 square feet each. So the layout, the footprint, then the size of the rooms on those floors have to fit in 1,000 square feet. Now, what if you're looking at another house that's 2,350 square feet with no finished basement? Well, it's less finished square footage, but each of those floors is going to be another 125 square feet, which could be another room or just larger spaces or larger rooms. If somebody really needs a playroom for kids or overflow space for guests, they might say we'd rather have the finished basement. Or somebody maybe needs an office space and doesn't mind working in the basement. But for a different buyer, having less finished square feet, but more of it above grade and more of those spaces maybe larger or just an additional space like an additional bedroom could be better. So just understand what you're looking at. And again, it's not always easy, but if you can't tell, ask your agent.